What's up, DMC? How are you, sir? Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. What's happening with you, brother? What is going on? You know, this Streamlabs has been acting up because, like, when I go to set the stream, all of my info is gone. So I had to set it all up because Streamlabs doesn't let me copy paste. So I copy paste everything on YouTube and then just did it that way. But I don't know. Streamlabs did an update and it's kind of goofy, but I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling it. Amano Shrimp, good evening. Good evening. How are you? How are you? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing well. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got to do something. Looks like I might have one in there, too. How is this now? 164 is excellent. Excellent. Put some food in there for the Sulawesi shrimp. Then I gotta get something out of here. Alright. Oops. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. I gotta put my stuff in here. Oops. You gotta be kidding me. How are all these different colored shrimp getting in my tanks? Wow, there's more. Holy heck. I got 2 orange shrimp in with the DancingMan. I must have put some plants or something in there and they drug over. Oh boy. So how are we tonight? Detroit was outside putting on new wiper blades and just came in and seeing you were going live. Yeah. Oh yeah? Nice. Yeah, trying to, like I said, trying to do the 8 o'clock thing. I'm only gonna be on an hour tonight. Got tons of stuff to do, tanks to work on. But I want to try this idea out. Hold on. Live chat. Fresh chat. I don't know why this stream's all gunked up. Says that 8 concurrent viewers, 2 likes. Hit that thumbs up, please, would you? I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button. If you have not subscribed yet, would you please do that? Because every subscription helps us over here at Detroit Shrimp. So I'd really appreciate. Yeah, it says I have 0 viewers for some darn reason, but like I said, I'm having goofy things happening with Streamlabs. I don't know. I don't know, Captain. Is everything good over there though, DMC? Can you hear me good? Is everything up to par and everything? Is the picture good and all that stuff? 9 watching, 2 likes, I see. Yes, okay, well, that's good because that's what I see. Just making sure that, you know, we see the same. Yeah. Now 6 watching, 4 likes. Boy, people dip off quick, man, when you ask them to hit the thumbs up. Holy snakies. I don't know. Muppets929, welcome. Got my 16 orange. Oh, yeah, orange eye, deep blue tigers from Germany today. Acclimated and all in the tank. They're loving life in a large tank. I bet they are. I would too. Shrimp like a big apartment, especially when there's a lot of them. I still have to separate some. I put them in the wrong tanks. But yesterday, what was it, last night, I still got to cut 1, 2, 3, 4. I still got a few more tanks to do, but I took out so much moss. I have a bucket over here that's packed, jammed, slammed down 3/4 of the way up. Thank you, Muppets929. All right, thanks, DMC. Yeah, I jammed it down real tight because I want to keep it in water, and so I'm gonna take it up to my buddy's store and let him sell it to all the customers that come in. You know, excuse me, I did my best at selling it. No one's hitting me up, so I got to move it. So, yeah, I got to break all these tanks down too. Now, the Siswasitan, yeah, it's not going nowhere. I'll move that over and then this new tank and put some over there and put some more in that one back there. I put like a baseball size one back there. But yeah, I ain't getting rid of that stuff. I don't care. But all the tanks are like, I'm not getting the proper flow that I would like. I want a better flow so the water can get to the filter can suck it in, and it'd do a better job. We bobbing for shrimp tonight. Be easier with prawn, though. Shit, that's funny. Better wait till the barbecue, yeah. Well, we could do a dip tonight, but it depends on how many people come in here. But I want to do this DIY first. To show, please check video resolution. 2228 by 690. Oh, it says good, so I'm leaving it at good. 12. Feel like crap for some reason, but we'll continue. We will continue. All right, hold on. Let me see if participants. I still don't see it, but hey, Luke, ever get that package Monica sent? Oh yeah, I told Monica thank you. Yeah, she sent Luke a Star Wars, an original Star Wars magazine from like 1982 or something. Yeah, we got that. I told her thank you. I haven't spoke to her in a while. She ain't been around. She said she was working a lot or something. But hold on, I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, I gotta take one of my medicines. Yep, we did get it. I didn't even know what it was. She didn't even tell me she was sending it. She just asked one day if Luke liked baseball. And that was it. And then next thing I know, I got a package in the mail. I didn't even know who the heck it was from or what it was till we opened it. Yeah, it was super cool. I'm actually gonna put it in a frame, like a picture frame, and put it on his wall. That's how much we appreciate it. But all right, well, I don't want to sit here all night, so if everyone's busy, they can watch this on a replay, which is super cool. But tonight, what I want to do is I want to try a DIY. I was talking this over with somebody last night. I like to bounce my ideas off others. So I was talking to him about I was talking to him about the pressure of my pump, because my pumps are 40s. They're pond pumps, but they're they go like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. But 40s are pretty darn large. They're a really large pump. Well, when I had the tanks over there throughout the basement, I had let's just say it was like 30 altogether. Well, so one pump was running them, and then I added a second pump due to the fact that I had such a long run going over to this wall, which didn't have this. I only had one rack at the time. So, and then the tanks were all spread out. So I was running two pumps at the time, and it did pretty good. It did about as good, as it is now. Maybe, I don't know. It was a while ago, so I really did focus. But so here's the issue, and here's the problem that I'm trying to solve, and I think it'll solve the issue, which it's an issue for me due to the fact that I'm trying to push so much with a 40 pump. And here's the thing: if I had the money to buy bigger pumps, they're expensive. I shouldn't have to. I think that I can salvage these and come up with a really good antidote to fix this and to make the system better. Here's the thing: is my system. Okay, here's the filter. Let me blow this picture up a little bit so you look at my ugly mug for a minute so I can explain this. All right. The filters in these tanks. they sell a 10-gallon dual sponge filter, right? But the sponges are smaller and the neck is shorter. Reason being is these sponges are good up to a 55-gallon tank, okay? Well, if I was running 10 tanks, there wouldn't be an issue. If I was running 5, there wouldn't be an issue. But the more tanks I go, that's a pond pump, so it's made to be able to go down deep, okay? And fight against the back pressure of the weight of the water. But in this situation, I have 30 tanks on one pump, and these go all the way down almost to the bottom of the tank. So that pump is having to push on the negative 30 times, this far down, all the way down to here into the tank. Let me move that little cursor out there. It's messing me up. So this far down, where it goes in. So with the 10 gallons, they're like this tall. And what does that do? It brings them up this much further to the top of the water. Well, let's say this filter's at the top, the crust of the water right here. And let's say my hand is the rim of the tank. Well, if I bring this up, the suction cup to the rim of that tank, it flows out here really good. But it's coming up and it's dropping off right here, and it's going straight down instead of blowing it across. Well, what happens is the higher this filter comes, the less back pressure or negative force that the air is having to fight due to the fact that I'm bringing it up to the top of the water, which makes it easier for the air to get down. So what I'm thinking of doing, because if you see on the video that's running right now, or the camera number 2, that's a filter that's down in there, and that's what I'm getting out of it. Due to the fact that all of these filters are full bore. They don't have all the adjustments are open all the way. Well, the littlest bit of sludge buildup that it gets down in where the airline goes, because what happens is the airline goes in here, it goes down and goes into here, and then there's a ring in there with little divots, and the pressure goes around, the air goes around this pipe, and it creates that fizz, and then it's squeezed down, and then it comes up the pipe, and that's what comes out up here. Well, those little divots get filled with goop. Leah Jets, how are you? So they get filled with gunk. Well, when the filter's down that far, it doesn't have the strength anymore to blow that out. So it just sits there and, as you see, turns into a trickle. Well, the trickle doesn't stir the water up. It doesn't, like, if I put anything in there, I sprinkle food on top, it doesn't churn it up. It just stays at the top. And, and I don't want that because I need all the food to go to the bottom. Because it goes to the bottom, then they sit and graze, and they can eat the food. So what I want to do is I want to take that out. I'm going to cut everything in half, and then I'm going to reassemble. But here's the thing. Instead of having the sponges aim up, now we can bend the sponges out so it's water level, or just aim them down like they're legs. And then we can chop it off right here, because the 10-gallon ones, they run really good, but I have to take them apart and clean them. But when you go to clean those sponges, boy, they're dirty. And I just need more air pressure without having to spend $200 or more per air pump, I'm going to try to salvage these pumps. I mean, pond pumps last for like 10 years. So, in my opinion, I checked both pumps. They're both sucking the same amount of air. They just got little dust on the little filter that's in there. So they're working good. Everything's working fine. It's just that all of these filters are way too deep, and it's making the pump really have the struggle to get air. So if I'm gonna cut one, and then go from there and see how this thing runs for a few days. Maybe let it run for like a week and see if it clogs up or if it's still barreling away. Because if I was to lift now they're not all doing it. They're all running pretty darn good, but if I was to lift these up, then I might be able to start turning them down and shooting air in other spots that may need it. Because as of right now, they are all full bore, because I'm just trying to get everything out of them that I can, and I don't want it to run that way. So it's either buy a new pump, can't afford, and I don't think that I need it. Due to the fact, like I said, these pumps are real strong. They're super quiet. I mean, there's just, I don't see a reason to have to buy them, to buy anymore. I don't. So we're going to see what we can do. And I'm going to take that filter out. Now, I have my pipe cutters here, but I think that pipe's a little too hard, and if I use this, it would crack. You always have to, and as of right now, I don't know where I could buy a replacement pipe for that, so I have a couple little brand new Bosch, these are metal blades, but, they cut plastic really good, so it shouldn't take me but maybe about 20 seconds, hopefully, just to cut through that, break the burrs off, recap it, and that's it. So we're going to go about doing that right now. So if you guys want to just watch, and we'll see how it comes out. I know I got to turn this stupid thing off, though. Just got to freeze my goddamn feet. All right, so... And these tanks over here, it's funny because this is where the air comes in and it struggles over here. So, make sure you guys are still seeing. I bumped that. So, now watch. If I pull this up, look how much comes out now. So that lets you know that the pressure of the filter being so deep is bad for the system. So if I chop these, I'm going to get even more pressure than that out of it. So let's see. Let's give it a try. Because if I got to cut every one of these, I will. Because see, watch. Look how much air I get. That's a ton of air. So I have plenty of push. I just don't have enough of everything else. So I wonder if these filters are dirty. If they are, it won't be much, I'll tell you that much. Alright, let's bring that back. Let me get a bowl of water, or a bucket of water real fast. Sorry. Alrighty, so we got a bucket of water, so we can even clean this bad boy. Cause see, when I took all the moss out, excuse me, it stirred the substrate up. Cause also that's what I'm trying to look into while I'm doing this. And see why things are happening and stuff like that. So that's why I removed all that moss. Okay. So we'll take the filters off. So then we have this. What we'll do is I'll turn that, or I'll put this in the middle and I'll aim this computer down so hopefully you can see. All right. So what we want to do is I don't have to measure it, but if I'm going to do this to everyone, I figure I'll want to make them all the same so it doesn't look dumb, you know, if it works. So just make sure that sucker's all the way in. And then if you notice the smaller pipe sticks out further, so we have to take that consideration also. So it's to that cap, it's 4 3/4. So if I put this bad boy down to 2.5, or let's say 2.5, and then the cap will go on there. And the question that had come up when I was talking to my friend, he said, well, what about, you know, will you lose, you know, the uplift? And I was like, well, I thought about that, but I don't think I will, due to the fact that look how many people own sponge filters and they take the uplift tube off, you know, and they just run the filter, they let it run. Well, you know, I'm running this for filtration, but I'm also running it to move the water around and food I put in there and anything else that I put in there that's detrimental to the shrimp. I'll leave that on there so maybe I can use it to hold on to. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll give it a try and we'll see where it takes us. Yeah, like I said, this shouldn't be too hard, but if I use that, I think if I use that cutter, it would snap it. Yeah, see, I'm already through it, so. The only thing I'd see going wrong with this is I'll get a sore finger from doing it. It's on so many tanks, but so there, cut it off. This is what we're keeping. So you want to use the edge, bring it around to take off the heavy burrs. You can do it on the outside. Rinse it off really quick. Let me get my little trim. Oh, is this it here? I think this is, yep. Just take that little burr off. That's good. It doesn't have to be perfect. At least I don't think so. Not for what we're doing. So now we'll use these hemos. Maybe the hemos will work. I might still be able to use this pipe. Oh boy. Probably should have took this out first. It's hard to do it when your hands are wet. Well, I guess we're not going to get anywhere if I don't get it apart, huh? Oh, see, my hands are just sliding now. I need like some pliers. Hold on. And you don't want to just cut it haphazardly and have it, angled real. But hopefully, there we go. I got it. I just had to get my hands dry. You just don't want to just like chop it up and be like, oh, that'll work. You actually, take your time. All right. So put that cap onto that. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. All right. So now. This will now go, can you guys still see? Yeah. So this is now going to go way down here. So see everything? I cut all that off. So now we got to cut the small line. I didn't want to cut it first. I wanted to make sure that I had it measured out properly. And we're just going to cut like a 1/4 inch lower than what we saw here. And then the second part of this, we might be able to use on another one. So now I could crimp this, I could cut it, but again, I might pinch the tube and then it won't want to let air through properly. So it's just because this is a softer tube, it's kind of like a little thicker than a straw. So we got to take all that into consideration too. So like I said, it's just these blades are so sharp. Let me use this other one. I think this one's got a little finer of a tooth. There we go. Now, my buddy sells stuff at a store, but it wouldn't even be this small. So, his tubing would still be, it wouldn't be this big. So that's what I'm saying. You don't want to just tear it up because you might be able to adjust the next one with just the parts that you have left over from here. So, okay, so that one's cleaned really nice. And I can't remember which one it was that I wanted to use. They're both exactly the same length, so look at that. How you like that? How you like me now? All right. So push that bad boy in there. Another thing, we just want to make sure that all of our little holes are clear. Everything looks good. So shove that in there. Replace it. And this is the cool part is even though we cut this, we still have both nubs here for the suction cups. So we didn't lose anything. So we still have our nubs sticking up here for the airline. Everything's still great. This is perfect. Look at that. Oh, yeah. So all we did was take this and rebuild it into the size of a 10-gallon. Here, matter of fact, let me put this one on. This suction cup's been sitting here all night, dried up, and it's got its spring back in its stuff. So there you go. And then we take this Put it on here. So now it looks like we took the guts off of a 10-gallon dual sponge filter and put it on a big boy sponge filter, right? So now we have to cut this down due to the fact that, you know, that goes all the way to the bottom. So it goes way past even the airline. That isn't good. So we want to make this pipe about right there. And would this work? Not well. I mean, it would work. So I don't have to cut another one. And just for giggles, let's do this. Deburr it. You know, take the edge, not the sharp edge, the non-sharp edge, and run it around inside. And just make sure your outside is as close to flush as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect, because this is why. You can hide it in this. Oh crap, they're different size. I was wondering. Alright, we'll cut this. Oh well. Well, I guess everything didn't work. So like I said, these are, you know, metal cut blades for a jigsaw. A Sawzall blade would work just as good. Anything with real fine teeth that you could get to go through plastic would be incredible. So twist that off. I would cut it all the way through, but I just think if I do it this way, it might be a little simpler. Just twisting it off like that. Because if there's a nub, then all you gotta do is just trim it. So stick it in the water. And it's just gonna be rinse water. There we go. So put the cap on. See, so that's the cut end, and you have to bring, you know, the perfect end here. So then we just put it in here. Hopefully we did it good enough. Yeah. So see, with the head all the way down, this pipe doesn't block where the air comes in here. So it'll go up there anyway. So now it looks like we took the guts off of a 10-gallon. So here's the difference. Height difference. Let me take the sponges off. So cut, you know, quite a bit off. So now to run this way up here like this, you know, I just gained 2 inches. So hopefully this sucker really kicks out some air. So now what we'll do is we'll squeeze these filter pads out. Oh boy, are they dirty. Yeah, see, taking all that huge amount of moss out of there really made a difference. Alright. Put it back on. But that's my whole reason I like these big, huge filters, is because, you know, if you could power them, you know, with a lot of air, then they'll take on a lot more dirt because the foam is bigger. So here, there you go. She's banging top to top. Well, that'll be over. So the sponge filters be over. So you can run these straight out, or you can run them straight down like legs now. But let's check and see. You guys remember how it was just trickling out before, barely coming out. So we'll see now. Get the airline. Put the airline back in. All right. So we'll run them out straight just for the heck of it for right now. Just for shits and giggles. We'll put it all the way down to the water line. then let's turn the air back on. Look at that. So we can put these filters up now. Look at the see, the filter's up too high. Look at the pressure coming out of that filter now. Look at the force behind it. You know, remember before it was just a trickle. I haven't done nothing different to it except we cut that pipe down. So now it's nowhere near as deep as it was. And now I have twice the air pressure coming out of it. So these filters are going to take in so much more dirt now, you know, out of the water column due to the fact that I turned it up, or that we are able to make it so it takes on, or, you know, yeah, created more vacuum in it. So that seems to, I don't know, if you ask me, it seems to have worked. And I have it jammed together. I didn't have to pull the pipe up or nothing to make it run better. See who's all in there. Cichlets 23. I don't know what's up with YouTube. Like I said, it still says I have no viewers. I probably got, 4 viewers, if that. 5 concurrent viewers, 7 likes. I'm killing it today. So, what do you think? Think it helped? And I'm not even, I didn't even lift it. I only lifted it up so you could see it. I don't even need to lift it up. I know that suction cup isn't holding. But look at that. Put it all the way down. It's just, you can tell how good it is because that whole pipe top. So I just made it, yeah, probably at least 50% more vacuum in the filters. So that lets me know right there that if I am to cut all of these and make them smaller, that there's a huge huge chance that I'm going to get my pressure back. So, yeah, that lets me know right there if I start cutting these all and shorting them up and bringing them up higher from the depths of the tank, that, at least in my opinion, yeah, you can probably even stick in a tube to cross the tank if you want to. I do that with some of my tiny tanks for float. Yeah. But here's the thing is, my flow's been lacking, and I couldn't figure out why. But then recently, like I said, I've been lifting the sponges up, and they're kicking on. And before, I would put a regular sponge down into the tank, and just a normal uplift sponge, and it wouldn't bubble. There's no pressure, you know. It wouldn't push the air through. So it was just, it's too many. But like over here, they're all running really good, but they're all turned all the way open. If I cut them all, then I'm going to have to turn them down because they're going to be so much more powerful. I think so. Gnarly fish tanks. Yeah, slow day today. Or somebody's on. I know, what is today? Friday, so, I mean, it doesn't matter to me who's on, but I just came on more or less because I wanted to do this DIY live and see if it worked. And it looks to me like it works. But yeah, so that's a big problem of mine is moving all this water. I mean, it's just my opinion, but I seem to notice that like shrimp, I don't know, they seem to, like I said, it's just my opinion of what I observe, but it seems like they like water flow. I'm not saying a ton, but here was my problem is if I would sprinkle something on top, let's say even a Bacter AE. Oh yeah, I got a story to tell you on there too. A lot of times it just stay on top, so I got to stir the top up with my spoon, and I like to sprinkle on top and have the filter blow it around and wisp it around so it gets to all the little cracks and crevices so all the little shrimplets can eat. Well, it wasn't doing that. But now look at the flow on here. Look, it's just banging away. And if I was to lift that sucker up, I mean, it'd be even stronger. But I can't believe I just went from a trickle, a baby trickle, to all that pressure right there just from cutting that tube. Now I still have, you guys see, I still have 3 inches or something, just like a 10-gallon. I have the same amount, if not more, because I didn't measure it, but I think I have a little more. But the sponges are more than twice the size. Well, let's say twice the size. So I can take in twice the amount of dirt, and I have twice the amount of grazing area for the shrimp. And now another positive thing is it's not jammed down on the bottom or toward the bottom. Now the shrimp can get underneath it and you can clean underneath it, and now it's not in the way. So I was having problems with the first one over here so bad to where I hooked it to another valve thinking that would work. And that's actually the first tank coming out. Well, other than this top one, it's the first one. Well, no, they both were in that top pipe. And these were like the worst. These first 3 were the worst. So, yeah, I'm thinking if I just chop all these, that I'm going to gain all that extra pressure and we'll be good to go. And then, like I said, if I can start to harness a bunch of it and start to turn ones down and turn others up, like way here on the bottom, even though these are running good, but like my orange one here, it's running, but it's not blowing the top of the water around, and these are 15-gallon tanks, so I want movement in them. There's probably 100 plus shrimp in all these, so I'd like to keep them clean to an extent. So river flow, there we go. Streetwise, that's exactly what mentally what I'm seeing is the water moves. I gotta have some movement. I want them to feel somewhat like they're in a natural environment. That's why I'm changing it all to sand and everything. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about the Godfather Corey putting a stream up. I'd watch them too. If you do them all, better yet, tidal wave. Yeah, and see, that's been my problem. Is I was even talking to, excuse me, to my friend that sold me the pumps, and I told him, I said, I was talking to him last night, and I said, there's got to be a way to tune these things up and make them faster, because I'm losing all the power. So I need a stronger pump, when actually I don't need a stronger pump. I just need to adjust these to make them all like 10 gallons, so they're not so deep. And then I just saved hundreds of dollars. So Trade Shrimp and Aquatics. So you had a double sponge filter for a 20 and make it the size of one for a 10 uplift tube, that is? No, these filters are made, these filters are good for it doesn't say what gallon it is for. It just says that they're good for up to a 55 gallon tank. These are the big, they're big ones. And it says that this is sufficient up to a 55 gallon tank. Then, like larger tanks, you need bigger filters, or a couple of these. Like I have one in that. I have a bunch of old filters in there just sitting there, but that one right there is running. But again, it's running off this pump. So if I was to cut that pipe down, bring it up higher, it would run even better. But what I'm saying is I have these large filters in a 10 gallon. So what I'm doing is cutting the uplift tube. If you were to see the sponge filter for a 10 gallon, it's like this size and not so big around either. But these are this much bigger. So that's why I want them for the 10 gallons. But with having so many tanks on one pump, it's taking away, I get a lot of back pressure because these are so deep in the 10 gallons. So if I'm able to cut these, lift them way much further up, I don't have so much back pressure fighting against the air pump. And it can shove way more air through without something trying to shove it out, saying, get out of here. Well, when you lift it up, the air just goes through and says, get out of my way. But when it's real deep, it can't get through that easy. So that's why you need even a larger pump to pump these. And those larger pumps are real expensive. These costed me $179. But I didn't buy them online. I bought them at the store. But of course, I didn't pay, I probably paid like $120, $130 for them. But still, that's a lot of money. I don't want to buy 2 new ones and I'm stuck with these pumps and I can't do nothing with them. So I'm trying to figure a way out to use them due to the fact that they're really good. So it looks like I fixed that problem. So yeah, I'll just go through and start cutting a bunch of filters, and those tube sizes are fairly standard, so you can do a lot of things. Well, I hope so. Because I was telling myself, if I did it and it didn't work, like if that flow didn't get any better when I was done, I was like, man, I'm going to have to go get new tubes to put it together, but I don't know where the heck I'm going to get them from. So, yeah, if they're fairly standard, that's good. Because I know like the uplift tubes for regular filters you could buy at the store. They sell that, I think, in 4 foot or 30-some inch or 42 inch, I think that's what they are, 42 inches. So, yeah, that seemed to work. So, I think that's what I'm going to do on every one of them now is I'm going to cut them all short. So the water will go, or the air will go into them, no problem. And it'll start cleaning my tanks 10 times better. So I think it'll be a happier place for my, for my shrimp to live due to the fact that I have way more airflow, way more water flow, I should say, and a continuous because, I could come down here and let's say do water changes. I check them all. Some might be slow. and then come down the next day and there's a couple not running due to the fact that they're deep, and the littlest up higher, they'll be able to blow a lot of that gunk through instead of it being, what's stopping it and killing my filters. Yeah, I know my one pet store does Streetwise. Like this stuff here, like they sell, like this is a Python tube, and it takes an airline, but all this is uplift tube, and it comes in a package from Python, and then they put this cap on it. But if you ever broke this, or if you want to make different sizes to allow more vacuum, but this thing's a godsend right here, boy. You want to get in them shrimp tanks in the back and vacuum, the top, and just bump around the top. This thing pulls it up real slow. So you don't have to worry if you catch a shrimp. You just thumb the bottom of the tube, let them go back out, and then let it go and go back to doing it again. You don't have to worry about them getting sucked up so fast that you don't see them. So, Pumpkin King's in the house? What? What's good in the hood, D? Yeah, family's good. We just adjusting some filters here to raise our filtration up, make our filtration stronger so we don't have to replace the air pumps. And it seemed to work just fine. So I only have 29 more on this side to do. But yeah, got some little pieces left. So yeah, looks like that's what we're gonna do. Chop them all in half. And here's the thing, it really doesn't matter. You could put these filters in any size tank. Just think about it. The closer they are to the top, they're still gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Polish your water, because these filters are so fine, they take out those fine particles. So even if they're up close to the top with the larger filter pads, they're still going to work just as fine. Because let's say you have a hob filter, and then you have one of these filters running, that hob filter is going to keep going down and blowing all over the substrate, and then this is going to pick up the smaller stuff. Can you just chop half of them in half and use those for all of them? No. Well, I mean, I might, but it all comes down to this tube. Because I don't want to chop this in half. I want to leave a little more. I would have to measure it to actually see, Dan. I'm not sure where I cut it, but I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, I could, just chop 15 of them. And then the other 15, I'd have full pipes and stuff, but yeah, it would be less cutting. But I'm just going to have to check. Now, the straws I cut it right in the middle, and it gave me enough sticking up for the tube to go on. But it'd just be the other half of this. I have to see. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I could just cut it in half, but the one that's on there is longer. I believe it's a good amount longer. Because I want to save as much as I can for the uplift tube. But also, I wasn't thinking, too, is the snorkel that goes up, that snorkel can be lifted up, too, and act as an uplift tube, too. So I also have that in there, and that's pretty airtight. So, yeah. But yeah, it did a real big difference, because the one next to it here is just baby bubbles trickling. This one over here's got fat bubbles coming in it, but none of them are running the way they should. Not like this one. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna move back, Dan. It's I don't know. There's no need to move back. you know, I guess what I'm saying is because once I cut them, it's not like they need to be long, uh, you know, to work. I don't have real deep tanks, so ooh, some of the babies are out, the bigger babies. All right, let me see if I can get this guy scoped in. Great, now he's gonna start swimming away. These things do it every time. You gotta film them, and it's like they know. They want like extra pay or something. Oops. That is not what I wanted. God damn it. Can't see too much on that one. Or rather, lessening the depth at which the air has to travel down the water column has less pressure is needed to run the filter. Yeah, that's what I'm more or less trying to say. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty great. I like the color of that. That's a really, really pretty shrimp that you sent me a picture of. Very, very cute. Oh, that is not what I want. What am I hitting that button for? Yeah, see this shrimp seems to have a lot of white on it. But in the tank, I mean, this thing's just itty bitty. In the tank, it's pretty red. It's a dark red. Come some other ones, but they're all so small. The big ones are all hidden. But the shrimp are they're on they're taking off. They're flying around like they're getting ready to do their thing. There's some molts in there, so There must be some pheromones in there from the females, because look at them all. They're just flying. Oops. Yeah, see, it's so small. I mean, I'm at full zoom. You can't really tell much at all. So maybe when it starts getting a little bigger. But like, there's one coming in the back. Let me see. No, god damn it! I keep hitting that wrong freaking button. Yeah, I don't know where he went. But yeah, they're flying around again. I think that's him right there. Yeah, I think he's coming up. He's right back there in the substrate. He stopped. But again, it's another small one. I don't know. There's another one over there to the right a little bit. It looks clear. I don't know. They're just all hiding. I was hoping that one would show a little better, but it doesn't. Yeah, I thought it was going to turn black, but nope. Nice looking shrimplet. Yep, one of the girls definitely molted. Oh yeah, I see the, you see the molts in there, so. I switched. There's a shrimp on a bigger one. Well, it was up on the sponge filter. I just want to see if anything comes toward the front here in a second. Yeah, good amount of white, cool skunk line on the head for so small. Yeah. Let me see. I just want to see if something else walks into the. Here we go. Looks like we got a few. It looks like a yellow one. There's a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 just here. But of course, can't see them for crap. Just bright. Yeah, I don't know. Just real hard. Hold on. There's some in the back by that by that alder cone. I can't zoom up anymore either. Yeah, looks terrible. Sorry about that, guys. And Goyles. Yeah. Yeah, they're bouncing around, but I can't wait to vacuum this tank out. I gotta get the parents to have all the babies so I can clean it out. Get rid of the substrate. Let me see. Yeah, well. Oh, yeah, hey, Dan. My orange-eyed red devils are prego. A female in there is pregnant. Yellow almost looks like it has a bit of a backline. Yellow King Kong looking one and maybe an orange with a couple shrimplets coming in from the left. Yeah, it's... Oh, they're all over the place. They just need to come closer so I don't have to stress the camera out so much, you know? We get a nice frontal shot. But yeah, the orange or the red devils are pregnant, buried. The orange-eyed red devils. I'm quite happy with that. Now let's search out the river floor, the river bottom. Who dares to travel the river bottom? I caught ya. La la la. Come on, don't go out of the picture. There you go. Come on back. There's the other one. Yeah, it might be a yellow King Kong. Well, it's not an orange eye, I'll tell you that. But a yellow King Kong that now has stripes. Yeah, it looks kind of like a red and a yellow. Then more way in the back. I just need some of the older kittens to come forward so we can see some design, but it ain't working. That ain't happening. Nope. Oh, still bills. What you doing, Papa girl? Huh? What you doing? Hi, pretty girl. What's your good girl? What's your good girl? Oh, they can't rub your tummy. Oh, good girl. Huh? Yeah? Where's Mama? Oh, there's Mama. Oh. I don't know. Or become very faint happen to some. Sometimes they disappear too as they get older. There we go. And not bad planes, short zebra stripes. Very cool. Yeah, see, fine. Well, like I said, when I bought them, he sent them to me as you know, shrimplets. You know, they're just, like I say, I don't care because they travel better. But, oops, that wasn't cool. But it, you know, you gotta, you know, wait forever for them to get to breeding age. And, you know, I mean, not for nothing, but, you know, I'd rather not have to wait all that time, you know, every time. But it is what it is. But, oh yeah, that filter works good. Oh, shit. Okay, everyone. I think we're gonna call it a night. I just want to come in here and do that DIY and see if it worked and do it live. So it seems to have worked, and at least to my opinion, it works good. To your opinions, it seems you like it too. And I believe that once I start cutting them all, I'm going to have, you know, way, like you say, 50% more pressure or 50% more pressure on all the tanks. So I'm really excited because I have a lot of tanks that really need to be turned up. And I actually want to start getting to it. So I just don't want to do it and ignore people while on the channel. So I'm going to end this stream a bit early at night and get to working on some filters. And tomorrow I'll show you what we came up with. So I just want to say thanks to everybody for showing up tonight. I had a lot of fun. Hour 19, that's good. That's a good little stretch. I was figuring on doing like an hour anyway, so it did pretty darn good. Want to say thanks to everybody for. It says excellent connection. So yeah, I'm glad everybody showed up tonight. But it worked out better than I thought it would, so like I said, I've never tried it before, so this was new to me too. But that's why I want to do it for everybody to see how I do it in case it did work. So if it's something that you guys would like to do, just follow the steps. Or if, you know, you could figure out a way that's better to do it, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I'm pretty much going to chop all these suckers and get the flow going better in all my tanks. So. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up. And I hope to see everybody tomorrow. So be safe, have a good night, and stay shrimpy. All right, everybody. Take care. See you soon. Later.